למצות 27 שנה במשפט או במשפטים או בדקות ברעיון זה בלתי אפשרי.
To summarize 27 years in a few minutes in an interview is impossible. Shock is also a small word to describe what we've gone through here. The shock and the feelings will go out in time. Right now, the heart hasn't sent to the brain or the consciousness the depth of the tragedy. As I said, for 27 years I had the privilege of being alongside the rabbi, sometimes once a week, sometimes more, and we tell of a Jew whose life, not his leadership, his life was one piece of holiness, something we don't come across often. And with that, he spoke to each person at eye level, at his understanding, at his problems. But through this closeness we saw and had the privilege of receiving a projection of a love for Israel, of the spirit of friendship, not entering politics, even at its more respectable levels, and certainly not at its lower levels. There were people here from all the communities, from all the parties, from all the movements, secular people, religious people, and you didn't see a difference in his treatment, in his respect, in his appreciation, or in the attention. A Jew who didn't look for platforms for himself. He didn't leave his home. He sat at home, closed in his room, covering his eyes. Anybody who came to receive advice or a blessing went in with a sad face and came out happy, and then went home, not to his home, to the rabbi's home. He crossed the street from the synagogue to the rabbi's home, and there he was asked, "What do you want to eat? Fish or meat? Sit down and eat." And he wasn't asked where he came from and why he's there. There was hospitality. We're taking advantage of these sensitive moments of expressing condolences to say that the loss which occurred here is a loss of the entire people of Israel. We must remember that there are three pillars in the world: Torah, grace, and prayer. The pillar of prayer that saved the entire generation from all the minds and all the enemies was Rabbi Elazar. There are no words, there's nothing to say. A very special person. It's a loss to the country. It doesn't matter who killed him, if it was an Arab or a Jew, it doesn't matter. They took away our father. It doesn't matter who did it. It's his luck that he's still alive. We should have killed him. It was a mistake not to kill him. I'm saying it in front of the cameras. It was a mistake not to kill him. When I moved here, I heard that there was a tzaddik, Rabbi Elazar. He lived downstairs and then he came to live here after he built his house. What can I tell you? A man who cannot be described. First of all, we never saw him. He entered through the tunnel. He was always covered. A blessing by him was something else. Anybody who got a blessing from him, it caught on. I don't know how this happened with this idiot murderer. I don't know how to explain it. We would stand next to him and we'd shake. We didn't even dare to look into his eyes. We kissed his hands and his head. I can't even explain it. He was a man in front of whom it was hard to stand. I consulted with him several times and everything he told me to do I did.